I'm Buddy Ford with Average Joe's, and you're watching Average Joe's Sports Talk.
All right, Buddy Ford, glad to have you in, man. You've been a part of the show, now you're on board with us, and we, very, very happy and fortunate to have you here. Tell us a little bit about yourself growing up and what that was like growing up in Hokes Bluff, Alabama.
Well, like I said, I grew up in Hokes Bluff, and it's a small town. Kind of everybody knows everybody, and it's still like that. And it was fun. We had a lot of fun. I have two older sisters, and we all kind of had my best friends had sisters that were always in their grade, so we had a lot of fun growing up. I still have a lot of close friendships from being out there, and then now going out there and watching friends of mine's children play is just it's really neat.
What all sports did you play? I mean, you was a multi-sport athlete at Hokes Bluff. What all sports did you play?
I just played baseball and football. That's all I
football.
played. Mm-hmm.
Which one of the two?
Too short
to
play basketball.
Which one of the two did you love more, baseball or football?
Man, the Friday night lights was pretty awesome, and you guys have all been out to a Hokes Bluff game. They pack it out. They pack it out. But I'd say as far as excitement, it was football. But as far as probably being a better player, it was probably big baseball.
And you played under Coach Estes.
I did, under Mike Estes, and actually my first couple of years, Coach Matt Kennedy was there doing his student teaching. Tells my age, and he's obviously a legendary coach at Westbrook. And between those two, I feel like I had some of the best baseball coaches, not just in Etowah County, but anywhere around. I really think a lot of both of them.
How many state championships does Mike Estes have?
And 6 in a row, and I think he had 3 when Steve Shields was there back in the late 70s, so I know 9 for sure. I may be off on the number. He might have 10, but I know for sure there's 9.
What did you learn from him that's helped you, like, over in your day-to-day life, even up to today?
Like Mike Estes?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Talk about just a man that knew the game and knew life. He knew how to put both of them together and sort of teach you just when times were tough, to work harder, get better, don't look back. He was just, man, he was just a great coach. And I see him now at some of the games, which not right now because of the coronavirus, but I would see him and talk with him a little bit, and it's just the wisdom that he has, not only in the game, but just what he used to teach us outside of the game itself. He's just a great man and a great coach.
What about Mike Robertson, the football coach? Talk about Coach Rob.
I love Coach Rob. My junior year was the year he took over as head coach, and I'll tell you, it was a lot of fun playing under him. I enjoyed it. His practices, very organized. I can say that about Mike Robinson. He would have water break, 4:30 to 4:35. He would have sprints. Backs are going to run 5 20-yard sprints and this. I mean, he is very organized, and I'm sure he still is to this day.
Did y'all run the ball?
Did we run the ball? I actually ran the ball a few times. I sure did.
Did you with those little legs?
I did.
That's gonna be fun.
Matter of fact, I believe the last time I ran the ball 42 times against Piedmont. We beat the brakes off of them.
42 times?
Yeah.
That was before the Smith Blanchard era.
It was. I would like to go back and do it now.
What was it about Average Joe's you seen that you wanted to first be a sponsor of with the Player of the Week, and then come on board and be a part of it?
I saw what you guys were doing for these local athletes. I've got 3 nephews in high school. 2 of them are in high school. One of them's in middle school. And I just saw what you were doing to sort of get recognition to these guys. I love it. I love getting them out there, getting them some exposure. Because you never know what it's going to do. And now we've seen what I feel like it's helped some of these kids get some exposure. I don't know if it's directly tied to this, but we've seen a lot of these kids this year get offers, scholarship offers, and I love it. I love promoting the athletes around here.
What do you think you're going to bring to Average Joe's to help get it to the next level personally?
Personally?
Yeah.
Oh God.
He's going to get all the stuff up on the top shelf.
Oh Lord, I don't know. You know, help you guys. I want to help you guys any way I can. When I started doing the sponsorships, my wife actually came up with the idea of the swag bag, and that was kind of a fun thing. It was fun for us, fun for you guys, fun for the kids, and you know, it was great for advertisement. But I would have done it regardless. I just love it. I love being a part of you guys asking me to be a part of Average Joe's. It was a real honor, and I appreciate that.
I think it was a no-brainer for us because our biggest weakness by far is baseball.
Yeah.
That's your greatest strength.
Yeah.
My opinion on that.
I agree. I was learning until Corona.
And we were about to dive into baseball this year,
Yeah.
and then boom,
Boom.
now we're at a standstill.
I was telling Bo this the other day that every senior year they get to miss out on their senior year, but every single baseball player in the United States in 5-10 years from now will go, you know, we was about to win state.
Oh
It was our
yeah,
year.
yeah. I'm gonna say right now, Host
Yeah.
Bluff is gonna win it all this year. It's just gonna happen. You know,
Oh, it was their year this year.
It was. They had a really good shot.
Now, you've been a sponsor on the show, which we mentioned earlier. You and your wife, Niana, you guys have a very successful business here in Gadsden, Farmers Insurance. Talk about how you met Niana, first of all, and then what she's meant to you in your life at this point.
Oh man, I met Niana at church in Birmingham, and
ChristianMingles.com?
yeah, ChristianMingles.com, and God, y'all, we didn't even date. We didn't date long at all. 5 months we were married, and March the 13th, we just celebrated our 16th year of marriage. So we've been married for 16 years.
16 years.
Yeah.
So, at this point in your life, buddy, what would you say you're most proud of?
Well, I think my wife and I have been married 16 years. We work together now. We've worked together since 2012. And I'm extremely proud that she's not killed me by now.
Having to work
she has a
together,
lot of
going to gym
patience. Yeah. So I'll just tell everybody she's the boss at work and home and everywhere I go. That's good. She's a
turn
good
the
boss.
reins over
That's
to her.
right. That's absolutely right.
I thought you were gearing up for him.
No. I had a statement, but I thought better of it.
Okay. But let me ask you this. What do you think your life would be like? It's kind of like we asked Tara if you never had any sports in it.
Boring. It would be boring. Because like right now with this Corona thing, I'm so bored, guys. I mean, I'm sitting around. I mean, there's nothing on.
distancing.
You know, I was looking forward to. I umpire on the side, by the way. So I started umpiring a few years back, and it kind of just morphed into doing this perfect game stuff on the weekends, which is some pretty legit baseball. A couple of weeks ago, before they shut everything down, I called one of the high school tournaments, and a team from Puerto Rico flew in. They're the ones who won the thing, and they had 2 top 10 major league drafts this year. So that's kind of I would be extremely bored without sports. I really would.
Can you give us your punch out right here, right now?
My strike 3.
Yeah.
I have to stand up and do it.
Go ahead.
Y'all want me to do it for real?
Oh, yes. That's
Okay.
good.
Okay.
Go behind your chair and do it.
Okay. Yeah, it's like the guy. All right.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Here we go.
Got it. Love it.
I guess we fired up.
You scared the neighbors.
I probably did.
Okay.
I've had little kids jump when I do that because I'm like, oh man, because I get into the game. I love
That'd
it.
make
What's
dogs
talk about your
quiet.
strike zone?
My strike zone.
Yeah.
For
What do you give the pitcher? You give him a little bit of leeway?
yeah, I do. I had a guy. A lot of people listen to this will know him. Ricky Armstrong. He's a SEC umpire. He's somebody I look up to. He used to umpire me when I was playing ball at Gadsden State. Ricky's been doing it a long time. He knows the ropes. So I asked him. I said, "What's the secret to being a good umpire behind the plate?" He said, "Call a lot of strikes and be consistent with it." He said, "If you'll call a lot of strikes, don't squeeze the pitchers. No, they don't. The coaches don't like it. The pitchers don't like it." So I've done that. I mean, I may give a baseball side on each side of the plate, but so far I've yet to be screamed at and followed up to the press box. So
As long as you keep it like that.
you got to keep it consistent. Have a good strike zone. I say below the hands, right, barely below the knees, and then maybe a baseball side on each side of the plate. If you stay there all day on both sides, then You'll be all right.
Did you umpire any when James Blanchard was coaching baseball at Piedmont?
No,
Praise the Lord.
because he probably would have followed me up there when I was.
Let me ask you this: what do you think the most difficult transition was for yourself once you started being an umpire? From player to umpire.
Oh God!
Because now you're on the other side of the plate.
I'll tell you one of the most difficult things, and I play a lot of baseball. Was there are a lot of rules you don't realize. Some things that come up, the decisions and you've got to make them. You need to make them quick, because if you don't, then you don't look like you know what you're talking about. So I literally would take my lunch and just read through rules, case books, certain scenarios, what's the right ruling, because when you're in a situation where something crazy happens, you need to know the right rule. But playing the game, you don't necessarily have to know as much, because they're not relying on you to make that right decision. So that knowing the rules was a big thing, and you realize how many you don't know when you start umpiring.
All right, we're gonna go into some outlandish questions like we asked Tara. Buddy, do you believe in UFOs?
I don't believe in aliens, but I believe there's some. I think a lot of these unidentified flying objects, drones, way back when, before we knew we had drones.
Good point.
So yeah, I believe that they're unidentified for sure.
What about a ghost?
Oh yeah, I have a ghost story. I never believed in ghosts, and I actually have. Okay, I gotta tell the story. A lot of people have heard this. A few years ago, we went to Asheville, North Carolina, for a farmers convention type thing, and it was in the Omni Inn and Suites, which is like a really, I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's a really old place, So one night, we didn't know anything about this place. It was pretty cool, old. I said, I need to give you some ice. And so I told Nina, I said, I'm going to run upstairs and get some ice. So and it was probably like 9 o'clock. And you had, 400 or 500 farmers agents in this place, right?
Yeah.
So I had to go up one little small flight of steps, and I get on this floor where the ice machine was. Nobody. Like I said, it's 9 o'clock at night, so it's still kind of early. These people, they stay up. So I had this weird feeling. Well, I had these old photos on the walls and stuff, so I think in my head I was creeping myself out. So I go down this hall, and I swear this photo, it's one of those like you see on TV, it like follows you, and I'm like, whatever. So, and I still didn't think anything of it at this time. So I go past this one door, and it's a long hallway. There's rooms everywhere, 4, 5, 6 different rooms. And all of a sudden, man, something came over me. I had chills. The hairs on my arms stood up. What little hair I had left on my head stood up. I was freaked out. I didn't know. I came back to the room. Nina said, your face white as a ghost. And I didn't know what. I told Nina, something's going on. I don't like this place. And we didn't know a thing about it. Well, the next day, she had said something to one of the other agents that was there. And he said, oh, this place is haunted. We were like, dude, what? He said, yeah, there's a whole brochure up there at the front desk. Y'all not see it? She was called the Pink Lady. For real. And then I'm like, you know what? We're getting out of here. It's at the Asheville, North Carolina. So the story behind it, I've got the brochure somewhere, text on my phone. I'll send it to y'all. You got to read it. It's weird. But anyway, something when this thing's in construction or something, this lady was killed and dumped over the balcony thing, and she still stays in that room. Like, people come to this room at Halloween, it stays booked. I'm like, screw that. I'm not, I don't want no part of that now.
You weren't in that particular room.
No, I just walked by the door. And that night.
Of that room?
Yes. And that's when that whole little chill thing came up. Man, it was weird. I don't like it. So, anyway, I had an experience with the Pink Lady, so they say.
I got you. What's a conspiracy theory that you think could be real?
Oh, the JFK thing. I think I hope they don't come looking for me. I think the CIA killed him.
So you think it was CIA?
Oh, definitely. Absolutely.
Yeah, cover it up.
Yeah. So everybody that sees this, y'all know that,
All you gotta do is watch Bill Hicks' special. He'll explain it to you.
Who's that?
Bill Hicks, the comedian.
Okay. Yeah. Oh.
He said, how does a shot that comes from back there make your head go back into the left? And it comes back over your right ear. All right, we need to stop before they come. crashed into.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of feel like I didn't change mine.
And we already had a helicopter and an airplane fly over here a minute ago, so I don't know.
Favorite carnival food for you, my friend?
Oh, funnel cakes, man, with the powder
Oh, yeah.
thing.
I'm with you on that one. Same question I asked.
There's that
Tara.
airplane, dude. I told you we should have
As soon
said.
as she said something about Illuminati, and then now we gotta quit asking that question.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
hey, Epstein
that
didn't
out.
kill himself.
Huh?
Epstein didn't kill
No,
himself.
he did not kill himself.
He was suicided.
Yeah, it was coronavirus. That's what happened.
Suicided.
Yeah,
Was.
that's what happened. He corona hung himself with it.
Corona hung himself. Same questions I asked Tara. How long does it take you to get ready on a standard, regular morning?
15 minutes max.
Really?
I'm out the door, man.
15
Office
minutes.
is 2 miles down the road. Yeah, 15 minutes.
What's your biggest phobia?
Spiders. Hate them.
Arachnophobia.
Yes, I hate spiders.
Worse than snakes.
Yes.
Really?
Huh? Yeah, a snake's bigger. You can see it. You can't see a spider.
Smush that spider quick.
Not if you can't see it.
What about?
Y'all know the statistic about, how many spiders you've swallowed while you're
No,
asleep?
don't.
Think about that.
That's sort of.
I don't know about all that, but I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like it either. What drives you the most at this point in your career?
I don't, being successful. A lot of people, when I went into insurance, thought you insurance, oh, really? Because all I ever did, I worked at the depot for 10 years at the incinerator until it shut down, and I was actually had visited Colorado, and that was kind of where we thought we'd be. And my wife had opened up this branch farmers agency here, and I started helping her when she started getting busy. And I thought, I could do this. And, I had some believers. My dad was one of them. Thank you, Dad. He's the one that believed in me and said, I think you should try it. So, anyway, here we are. That was 2012 when I went into it full time. My wife's actually been with farmers with the David Porter Agency, who we're partnered with for 20 years.
That's awesome.
She started as a secretary right out of high school. So,
That's good stuff. What's your favorite sports movie?
my favorite sports movie, For the Love of the Game, no doubt.
I got you. That is a good one. Give me your celebrity crush.
Is it Will Ferrell?
No, it's not Will Ferrell. No, it's
He just froze, didn't he?
Wait, you don't have this at the
it's gonna be J Lo.
Spears.
It's gonna be. I
Jennifer Lopez?
yeah,
Has to be a small
yeah,
Jennifer Lopez.
yeah. Sorry, Reggie. I
What
mean,
did he say?
So we're gonna fight.
Oh, Lopez?
yeah,
Super Bowl halftime show was pretty good, huh?
yeah.
What's your favorite holiday?
Christmas, absolutely.
No questions asked?
Yep.
All right. Where do you see Average Joe's in 5 years?
I see an official radio show, and I do see some TV time for sure. I really do. I think we got a good thing going here with you guys. I do. I see it really growing in the next 5 years. From year to year, it's already grown from last year to this year, and from each year you guys have grown. And
Cross over the 1.2 million viewed minutes on YouTube
unbelievable.
in a year and a half.
Yep.
Pretty good stuff.
And a lot of it's the positive stuff. That was another attraction to Average Joe's. Everything that's put out by Average Joe's is the positive stuff. Man, this world we live in, there's enough negative. I mean, we're seeing it now all over social media. It's negative, negative, negative. Putting out these positive vibes for these kids, they got enough to deal with. We had enough to deal with when we were all in school. Could you imagine doing it now with the way social media is?
I'm so glad social
So
Yeah.
I just think just putting this these positive vibes out for these kids and showing the good things about what these kids are doing is just really awesome.
I like it. We hope to continue that. And 20 years from now, where will you be and what will you be doing?
Well, I'm hoping I'm close to retirement and probably doing some Average Joe's full time.
I'm digging that.
Full time Average Joe's, helping with the radio show, the TV show. Probably have a lot less hair, a lot more gray.
Could you picture him
You
with
know.
that Hulk Hogan hair?
Oh yeah.
Probably taller.
I might even have a mullet then. I don't know. I'm trying. They're bringing it back. I don't know if y'all. Everybody out there has seen the mullet interview. The mullet's coming back. So, it might be more of a skullet by the end, but I'm gonna have something.
Something.
Yeah.
Well, buddy, we appreciate you, man. I thank you so much.